Hi everyone, this is EstaRa with a message for you. I hope you're doing well. Today is Friday, December 15th, 2017. Happy holidays to everyone. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I know that my last one, the one prior to this one here, was a video that I uploaded from a recording I did on 12/12 during an energy body upgrade that I do for my clients. And when I was doing that, my guide started coming through speaking, and I was like, okay, hold on, and I recorded it. And so then I was fighting with the technology to get it up as soon as possible, so I got it up the next day for all of you. So I hope you had an opportunity to listen to that. If you didn't, please by all means do so. There's a lot of hope in that, and I feel really good about it. It felt really awesome, and it's kind of like what I need an answer to in a way. But lots is going on. We are in an amazing gateway, a 12/12 gateway. So the 12/12 gateway opened, obviously, a few days prior to 12/12. But the energy on 12/12 was immense, 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 immense. And when I was doing my energy body upgrade, I actually saw a door open, and I saw people getting ready to leave. And some of it was us shifting into a new dimension, a new reality, if you will, new paradigm, leaving the old behind, like literally dropping it by the wayside and moving forward. So it was ascending. And I also saw people ascending permanently out of this dimension, so crossing over and passing over. So the next several weeks, you'll see a lot of endings for some people. If you haven't noticed that already, I think it's been happening. It was really powerful energy, and they told me that it would be powerful energy, so I'm always prepared for that. And they told me that within the next couple of weeks, particularly the next 10 to 12 days, there's going to be a massive shift of energy and opportunities showing up for us to let go of what is no longer serving us. So if you're on my email list, you may have gotten my update regarding... I'm sorry, I'm a little out of it, and I just wanted to get a video out to all of you. I'm not feeling so great tonight. My back has been bothering me tonight, but... I sent out an email, a quick energy update. It's on my Facebook, so if you have an opportunity, please click in below, go to the Facebook page and check out my messages there. You can also go to my blog and check it out there. But if you're on my email list, you got it mailed to you. And it was about, it was from the Elohim. The Elohim spoke with me during the upgrade. They worked with me on 12/12. But then when I was doing an email out to everyone today, they started speaking to me, giving me a little additional information. So I sent that out for everybody to have as a message, because I feel like it's a really good beneficial message for this time about how the opportunities are like real, lasting, permanent release, clearing, purging of stuff. And so they've been saying that we've been doing the clearing and purging, but to the capacity that our programming, our energy was able to really embody the new energy and release the old. And so if we were still clinging on to the old energies and some of the new stuff coming in, there was no room. So it's kind of like your computer. If your computer is filled and you bring in a new program, if you have an Apple and you're trying to do a Windows-based, you're trying to add a Windows-based program to an Apple computer, but not a program, but like a document, you can't open it unless you have a program that makes it compatible. Well, what's happening is we've been stuck in this incompatibility, if you will. And so my guides are telling me that what's happening is we are becoming more compatible to release the old and actually let that stuff transition away, so we can bring in these new paradigms, these new dimensions, these new beliefs, these new bridges to our future, if you will. So a lot of new energies coming in during this gateway. Now, are you going to feel all the new energy? Some say yes, some say no. What I'm getting is I wake up every day feeling woohoo, and then as the day goes on, I feel it taking a toll on me, and it affects me. But I'm trying to stay so positive and so focused, because I have my moments. I feel just like everybody else does, and I have to tell you, this Mercury retrograde really has wreaked a little bit of havoc on my computers and technology, but also it's kind of forced me to face the reality that I don't like technology. And that even though I don't like it, I need to embrace it, because I use it for my business all the time. So that's a huge piece for me, actually, to learn to do that. And then what else is going on? So that's what's happening in terms of what's showing up. So in our reality, this new energy is coming in, but we need to make way for it to really embody in us and really settle into our being. And so in order to do that, you're being kind of... The visual they're giving me right now is like you're being filled with light. And as this light is coming in, it's like literally going in and then it's getting stuck and stopping. And that where it stops and gets stuck, there's like a blip, if you will, and that needs to be dealt with and needs to be healed. And as that's being dealt with and healed, it's like a ripple effect. So as that's being dealt with and healed, it's coming out into your reality, and then the light can move through it. But until it actually comes up for releasing and healing, it like will stay there, right? So the light won't be able to penetrate deeper. So, and when I'm saying light at this moment, I actually mean the new programming, the new energies, the new dimensional realities, and the new embodiment of who you truly are, like your ascended self, if you will. So that energy is like trying to come in. And so as it's coming in, it's actually showing you and revealing to you where you need to clear and purge. Now, I know we've all done this before. We've been doing lots of clearing and purging. But what they're telling me is that this time right now is allowing it to go away permanently, because we've not been able to do that prior. We've been living like the two dimensions. And I know that many of you have had that visual of like, you know, 1 foot in 3D, 1 foot in 5D, and just you're kind of teeter-tottering. And as you're teeter-tottering, you're not sure which one to go in. Because if you're living a day-to-day life on this earth, it's like 3D reality is real, right? Because you're experiencing it. But then you're also like, oh, but I'm drawn to the 5D because I know that feels right to me and that's where I want to go. And I love how the energy moves and it's flowing and fluid. But you're still in this dimension. So in order to function, you were kind of navigating the two worlds. Well, it's kind of like now you're being given a choice. Which world do you want to be in? And if you want to be in the 5D, then you can no longer carry old belief systems, old patterns, old paradigm energy into the new dimensional energy. What does that mean? That means what you are, who you are, needs to reflect in the new paradigm. And that means all the stuff, like belief systems that you've carried. Like, for example, the phrase that comes to mind, and was an example I used today, I am not good enough. How many of us have had that? And how many of us have that in our like psyche or in our DNA or in our belief system somewhere inside of us, that we've allowed that particular phrase to prevent us from doing so many things? Now, I'm saying that to you on a conscious level. Some of you are like, yes, I totally know. I've had that. Sometimes I still feel that. Not everywhere in my life, but I still have that in different aspects of my life. Some of you probably say it with regard to your twin flame. Sometimes it's not. So that's the conscious awareness. And there's those of you who do not have this conscious awareness. There are those of you that actually have a very unconscious system and programming that's going on that you're not aware of, but yet that is actually the belief and it's being carried forward. So what I'm being guided to tell you is those things cannot be carried forward. They cannot go into this new dimension. They cannot go into this new reality because you cannot create with that there. So the example they had given me was like saying the old belief that you carry somewhere inside of your reality, in your energy bodies, in your DNA, somewhere in your cellular memory, cellular memory. If you're carrying, I am not good enough. But your new belief system, like you're like, oh no, I believe that I deserve everything. The universe is always there providing for me. That might be the words you're using. But underneath it, if you're still carrying somewhere inside of you, I am not good enough. Now say it's like with regard to a job that you're doing rather than a relationship. Let's say in the relationship, you realize you're good enough and that you are totally ready for this relationship and I feel really good, and you don't really feel like a nudge or anything that, or a trauma or any like trigger or reaction with the words I am good enough. But then you think, oh yeah, but that project I'm working on at work, I don't know that I'm feeling really good enough to do this. I don't know why they're trusting me with this, or whatever words you may be thinking or feeling or coming up in your reality. That aspect, as much as it might just seem like it's attributed solely to the career or your job, is actually a ripple that goes out to every other aspect in your reality. So even though on a conscious level you might not think about a relationship issue, but on an unconscious level it's still there. So that I am not good enough is what really gets placed out there, and guess what? Fifth dimensional energy is stopped. You can't go beyond. You can't even go into that dimensional, multidimensional existence if you're still carrying those beliefs and limitations from the lower existence of like a three-dimensional reality. And I say lower existence, I just mean in terms of vibrational frequency. So please understand that's what I mean. The other thing that is really important to know is as you are moving into this other dimensional reality, the doors are opening to everything that's possible that you didn't even see or deem as possible until now. So And you might not even see them yet, but that doorway is opening. So as that doorway is open right now, so much energy is being poured in. A lot of help is coming in. New guides are coming in. And when I say new guides, you're not going to interact with them the same way that you used to. It's completely different. There's so much in my head that I want to share with all of you. I'm trying to remember it all. There's been a lot I've been wanting to record over the last few weeks, but again, I haven't been feeling very well. Oh, okay. So the other piece is, so you have new guides coming in, and they're higher frequency guides. You're being aligned to their frequency, and they're being aligned to yours so that you can easily access them. The information may not come in the way that you're used to, or how it used to appear to you, or way you used to receive it. And the reason being is because you're in a different frequency. So you're actually attuned to having everything happen constantly all the time in your reality. You just might not experience it that way because you're not used to it. So once you realize that you always have access, and then it's there. And so I say once you realize, it's not that it's that simple, and it's not that simple. So once you realize, what that means is once you are owning your power as this magnificent being who is connected to all that is at all times and spaces, that you're able to just easily have information flow into you. And that is what happens. And that's why when I'm reading people or channeling or doing, you know, videos like this, I have lots of information coming in different directions for me, because I'm just open to the fact that it is. That's who I am. This is where I am. This is my reality, and it doesn't disappear. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next piece because I have a lot going in my head, and I want to make sure I get as much as I can out. Twin flames. A lot of people have been saying, oh my gosh, you know, I don't feel him, or I don't feel her, or that we're really separate. There's a lot of dark energies. There's all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to make it like it doesn't matter. I'm just actually saying there's like so many different words and phrases. There is a shift that has occurred in the last month, I'd say, particularly, and the shift is that we don't access our twins the same way that we did before. So if you're feeling like a disconnect, you're feeling a little separate, it's not that you're separate, it's not that you're disconnected, it's actually that they're going inward. Your beloved, the divine masculine energy, is going inward more. They are working on their stuff. So while you might be thinking, oh my God, I'm doing all this work and nothing's happening, please know that your divine masculine part of you is actually doing its work, its job. They're doing what they need to do to get to the next state, next stage, next place. Your job is to relearn this energy frequency. So you're moving into higher dimensions, right? That's happening. It's a given. And as that's happening, when their frequencies like turn inward and they're like in a lower frequency because they're in the midst of this, you know, this yuckiness, from that lower vibration that they're probably going through because they're still working on some stuff that we haven't. So they're catching up to us that we haven't done in a long time. They're catching up, but while they're catching up and they're in that lower frequency, you're kind of not matching, you're kind of misaligning, if you will. Please do not take that as, oh my God, we're no longer aligned, we're not going to be together. What that simply means is that you are like in a little bit higher frequency and you're kind of like mismatching alignment, but that's because they're adjusting and you're adjusting. You're both adjusting to the perfect optimum alignment. The energy that's coming in through this gateway all the way through to the solstice of this month on the 21st of December, this gateway, this period of time, if you will, is very high frequency, very, very misaligning on purpose in some ways. And so when I say on purpose, it's literally kicking up so much light infusion on our planet right now that there are like raw wounds that are being peeled back and opened for us to deal with. And so like if you're consciously aware, you're realizing, oh my gosh, I have to deal with this. I know I thought I dealt with it. Apparently I didn't do it. I need to do it again. And if you're a divine masculine, you're probably like, oh, I haven't dealt with this at all. I'm not really sure what to do with this. I'm scared. And you might shut off a little, come back, open. You're going to be in these chaos, if you will. So we're misaligning on and off, but that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't mean you're not connected. It doesn't mean the love isn't there. It doesn't mean there's no divinity to it. What it just simply means is that you're both working to get your frequencies higher, and spirit is guiding this, and your spirit, your oversoul, is guiding your journey, and you are totally in alignment, and the information just comes a little differently than it used to. So for example, a lot of times with my beloved, I'd always feel him. It doesn't mean I don't feel him. But I'm used to just like having this wave of energy come over me as he's thinking about me, or as he's trying to reach out to me through email, or he's trying to call me. I could feel this wave of energy come over me. Lately, in the last few weeks, it's been different. I actually think of him. He just like, and when I say I think of him, his name just pops into my head, or I'll just have a thought about him. So like an instant knowing. So where I've always felt very comfortable in my clairsentience, even my clairaudience, I'm realizing that all my gifts are starting to align. I'm feeling more claircognizant. Now, do I feel all those things all the time? Yes, because I'm an intuitive. I feel all of those things different times with different people. But with my twin, I've always relied on this clear sentience, this clear feeling, if you will. What I'm noticing is my clear knowing. And I love my clear knowing, because even with my clients, when I do sessions, I'll have words come out of my mouth. I'm like, I don't even know what that word means, but I'm hearing that. I hope that makes sense to you, because it's not a word I use. I don't use it in my normal sessions, but it just comes through because I'm channeling it. But it's a clear knowing that I have. Not necessarily that I'm hearing it either. It might just come out of my mouth because it's a clear knowing. Well, that's what's happening with me and my twin. I have these clear knowings about my beloved. And what's interesting is the more I'm having that, the more I'm trusting that. So what I mean by that is, even if we're not speaking, we actually haven't connected in the last couple of weeks. My choosing, by the way. Not that he hasn't tried. My choosing. While we haven't connected, I get these little blips of knowings, like, oh, this is what he's going through. And it's just, I don't have direct confirmation. I'm not speaking to him to find out if that's true or not. But because I'm trusting my claircognizance, I just know that that's real and that's true. But that's because I'm adjusting to that frequency and realizing it's coming in this way versus the old way. So I'm just opening and expanding my gifts, if you will, as you all are. We're all expanding ourselves. And so we can't rely on things coming to us the way they always did. And when they don't, we get lost and we feel confused. But that's only because we're in expansion, right? So we're contracting and expanding all the time. So recognize that if things aren't coming the way that you're used to seeing them, just take a deep breath, step back, and realize it might be coming a different way, and be open to the potential and possibilities of how it may be showing up in your reality. So for example, my twin has been wanting to talk to me, and I feel it. And it's funny because I usually hear his name everywhere. I usually watch a movie and like the person's name is his name, or a commercial has his name, or whatever, you know? Well, last week, this is not even a lie. This is not even exaggerated. This is hysterical. I met 3 men in 3 days at different events that I attended for different reasons, different purposes. And each one of them came up and said, "Hi, I am." And they gave me his name. And I was like, holy crap. Like the first one, I was like, whoa, that's wild. You know, and I'm like, oh, that might mean something. You know, that means he's trying to reach out to me, because his energy always tries to get into my energy field. So then the second time it happened, in my head, I was like, of course you are. And the third time, I'm like, of course you are. Okay, time for me to reach out. So I did. So it's interesting. It's like the messages, pay attention. They're getting more in your face. They're getting more clear. And if you're not finding them clear, that's because you're blocking them in some way. So what I mean by that is like your own worries or fears are being projected out there, so it's muddling the waters. But if you're just kind of staying in your center and allowing your center to be there, and that's the key, really, allowing yourself to be in center, because when you are, things just appear and show up. And because we're in a higher frequency and higher dimension, and we're ascending, all this stuff is just always available to us. It's so crazy, amazing. I freaking love it, you know? And, you know, despite the fact that my back was really bad and I was in extreme pain, and I did take medication. I don't. If anybody knows me, I don't take medication. It doesn't do well with my body, and actually makes me sick. So I don't take it. It makes me like really sick, like serious symptoms. But I ended up taking stuff for like a weekend because I had to. It was that bad. Despite that, I still maintained a ritual that I do. So I have a ritual I do in the morning before I even start my day, and then I have a ritual before I go to bed, before I go to sleep. And those two things are primary. And throughout the day, sometimes in the middle of the day, I actually have an alarm on my phone just to check in to see where I'm at. And sometimes I have the time to check in and do some, like, you know, balancing or regrounding for me. Other times it's just a good reminder, like, oh, are you okay? You know, or just take a breath for like 1 minute. You know, it's not even that big. It's just a simple check-in throughout the day, just so that I become present and aware. Because a lot of times we get caught up in like what's going on. It's the holidays, and we forget to like just be present with ourselves. And so I have that on my phone that goes off in the middle of the day. And it's funny because I keep forgetting to shut it off, so it keeps going. And I'm like, oh, good. So I'm not going to shut it off. I'm going to leave it there. And it actually says Twin Flame on there, just as a little trigger message for me. But we are changing and we are expanding. So things are coming in lots of different ways. And I have a couple of guides with me right now telling me that I should wrap this up because I'm talking too much and rambling, and it might be too much for people to obtain all of it. But they're also telling me that you're receiving something from this, not just my voice and my words. There's energetically something going out to you through me. So give me just a moment because I want to bring through something for you. It's a little mini language blessing that I'm going to bring through. They're suggesting you place your right hand at the base of your spine. So like you can put it either on your back if you wish, or in front of you, or just directly in front of you there. And then your left hand at your heart. Oh, nope, sorry. Left hand on your crown. Okay. They're telling me what to do. All right, so just do me a favor and take a deep breath in. Yitruba I ashikunuma. Yitaran no kotari akishuma aka. Nitru aita kasho potaki la data yitro shuya ya monora kataruba iara sakatayelako mai. Atakai no do ita saye kopaina. Onora kai the kotarasi manakashpaina. Tokoratsi katoratsi kotaratsi. And take a deep breath in. And now place your left hand at your heart chakra and leave your right hand still at the base of your spine. At your root. Just feel this energy moving down. Feel the energy from the crown just moving down through you. I don't know about you, but I can feel heat just flying through me into my heart. Okay. And now at your heart, just taking a deep breath and let's do this together. Okay, here it comes. And now take a deep breath in and just exhale. And now just if you can put your hands palm up, one last step. And place your hands on your lap if you wish. Just palm up, please. Isa kosho lai na bawa taki shatai nuno katai no mara kasatara patoika shatoya alakatena marosi ata ekoshomana na bai etara sobata ilaka ono mana aki enashtai atakopare na shoya kalati mana ono satika omana satika ono samatika. And just allow this energy to flow through you, down and out your feet. And I forgot to mention, if your feet were crossed, please rewind the video and go back and do this again. Uncross your feet and allow the energy to fly through you. Wow. So that was amazing. I wasn't expecting to do that. Wow, it seems so much brighter in here. I don't know if it is brighter. It might just be because I'm seeing differently and I'm seeing more clearly. Energy is still running through me. I like literally feel it penetrating through my body. I'm like kind of vibrating right now. I wasn't expecting that, but there's a little love for you from my guides. This was the Elohim combined with Archangel Metatron, and I have like motions of love. Just I just want to cry of happy tears, though. Just so much love coming through. They're telling me, they just kind of sprung that on me because they wanted me to just get that out there for you. It's a little clearing. They're clearing some of the congestion in your field. So what they were doing is clearing any blocks at your crown from the light that's trying to come into you. And then we moved the energy down, and we were holding space at your root chakra, and then moved it from your down into your heart. We moved it out. So it was a clearing of clutter. I guess that's the way I would word it. That's kind of what they're saying to me. So wow, I didn't expect this little clearing to happen. So yay, and thank you, beautiful beings of light that are here with me always, and I'm blessed to know you. All right, I am like really completely overwhelmed right now in emotions and feelings from this beautiful channel, and I had a couple more things to say to you, and I don't remember anymore. There are more things, and I don't know them all, but the one thing I do want to mention is this weekend, if you see this video before then, I know it's late, and I was hoping to do this earlier this week, but again, I'm trusting spirit. Whenever it needs to happen, it happens. On Sunday, December 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, I'm offering a Twinflame webinar for $11.11, so it's $11.11. I will put the link in this video below in the description. Please join me if you will. If you are in a different time zone and you don't think you can be there, that's totally fine. If you sign up, the recording will be sent out to you after, either that shortly thereafter or later in the day or then early the next morning. Just please be aware, it'll come definitely after the recording will be up. I will send out instructions to those of you who have already purchased it. I will send those out through email on Saturday, which would be tomorrow. So you'll get it before, the day before. And finally, there is another energy body upgrade. I just did one on 12/12. There will be another one on 12/21. It's kind of like the sandwich. So the beginning of the sandwich is 12/12, and then the 17th is like the middle of the sandwich, if you will. And that's actually why they chose that date, because normally I do it around the full moon. But they want me to do it 2 p.m. on the 17th because it's the middle of this period of time, this chunk of light infusion. And then the other energy body upgrade will close the sandwich on December 21st. So it's really powerful. If you're interested, that link will be in here as well inside the box below. So check that out. And I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm hoping to come back with another video before the end of the year. Let's hope all goes well with my physical body, that can happen. But I just want to say to all of you, have faith, keep hope, trust in this journey. We have so much love and support that's able to reach us now. For a long time, this love and support from the other side hasn't always been able to reach us. Like they've been trying and we don't hear them, we don't connect with them because of our density, or there's been dark energies interfering. Well, the light is winning, so they're getting through. The messages are coming and getting through. And I want to say thank you to all of you, just in case I don't get to do this a video before the end of the year. But I hope to. Just in case I don't, I just want to say thank you for your love and your support throughout this entire year and throughout the time that I've known all of you. I feel like you're my family. You're my soul family. I feel kind of alone here in Connecticut, in the area that I'm in. I don't really have soul family around me. Closest person is about 35 minutes from me. There's some good people around, but I miss my soul family. And I want to send you all love and light for a blessed holiday season. And I hope that magical miracles will happen. And I pray that we're open, because I have to tell you, this light infusion is paving. I literally see it like light cutting through things. You know how, if you think of water, how it cuts through rock and it reshapes it. I feel like light is cutting through our path and reshaping our path. And it's not going to be this windy road it's been. I feel like we're going to get direct energy soon. And if it's not already on its way, it's coming, because I feel like the path needs to be straightened out. And I think that's happening. So I send you lots of love and light, many, many blessings for this holiday season. And if you need assistance with anything, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to hold a session with you. I do know that there's emails that I've not fully gotten to respond to everyone. Please understand that when my back is really bad, I do the best I can to reach out to people in terms of like the most urgent, if you will. And what I mean by that is if somebody needs to like, if I had appointments scheduled with you, the rescheduling of that is priority to reading questions, you know, that are really in depth, because a lot of times people will write me really in-depth questions and I struggle to get the answers for them because I don't want to just quickly give an answer. I want to like put my energy there for you. So I hope you understand. Sending you love, light, and blessings, and may you have the most beautiful journey to union. Namaste.